All right, we are on the record. It is April 8th, 2019. This is Judge Wish, Courtroom 1, Session 1. Can I please have the parties announce themselves for the record?
Good morning, Edith Bush for the Office of the State Attorney.
Good morning, Robert Williams with the Office of the Public Defender.
Good morning. All right, ma'am, please tell me your name.
Kalima Mosley.
No. I got it. All right, Ms. Mosley, you are here in 2019 CF 4840AO. You were arrested for aggravated battery on a pregnant person, criminal mischief, more than 200, less than 1,000, and tampering with a witness to hinder communication to law enforcement. I do find probable cause. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. I'm going to order that you have no contact directly or indirectly with the victim in the case. You're not to possess any weapons or firearms or ammunition. You're to maintain separate residences. Your bond will stay at $3,500 on count 1. Count 2. Oh, there's a bond correction. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna set it at $3,500 on count 1. Count 2 will be 100. Count 3 will be 150.
Ms. Mosley is going to need a one-time return to recover her
Okay,
personal effects.
I'll allow her to go back one time with law enforcement. You need to contact them ahead of time and make sure that you don't go over there alone, okay? Make sure they accompany you, okay?
Also, she just indicated that the roommate is moving out on the 15th.
Is what?
She's leaving the residence on the 15th.
Okay, I mean, all I'm ordering is that they maintain separate residences, so I don't get involved in who lives where or what. So,
Yeah, she just
however
had an
that's
issue.
all worked out is.
Yeah, she just had an issue with if after the 15th can she go back to the residence.
All they have to do is maintain separate residences. So if she's out of the house then that's
Okay.
all that needs to be done. All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Tony Williams.
All right, Mr. Williams, you are here because you were picked up on a KPS for failing to appear for your trial management conference on March 21st, 2019. The judge revoked your release on each count and set your bond at none. And does we know if he has the public defender? You do have the public defender, okay? You did the one-time return on the other one? Okay. Just making sure. Thank you. All right, sir, please tell me your name.
Micaiah Tyree.
All right, sir, you're here in 2019 MM2937AO. You were arrested for battery. I do find probable cause. I'm going to appoint the public defender. You're not to have any contact with the victim in this case. You're to abide by any injunction in place. You're not to possess any weapons or firearms or ammunition. I'm gonna stay the bond at the $500. All right, sir, please tell me your name.
Ask Bennett, man.
All right, Mr. Bennett, you're here in 2019 CF 4845AO. You were arrested for possession of MDMA ecstasy. I do find probable cause. I am going to appoint the public defender to represent you. Going to stay your bond at the $1,000. You're not to possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. Please tell me your name, sir.
Lamar Hamilton.
All right, Mr. Hamilton, you are here in 2019 CF 4854AO. You were arrested for possession of cocaine. I do find probable cause. I am going to appoint the public defender to represent you. You're not to possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription, and the bond will stay set at the $1,000. All right, please tell me your name.
Thomas J. Cheek.
All right, Mr. Cheek, you're here in 2019 MM2936AO. You were arrested for trespass on property after warning and possessing alcohol on the street or sidewalk or alleyways. I do find probable cause. I'm going to appoint the public defender. Is there an offer to resolve Mr. Cheek's case today?
Adjudication 10-day, with 2 days credit time served, no return to the scene, and abide by all trespass warnings.
I'm sorry, what was it was adjudication and
10 days.
10 days?
2 days credit time served, no return to the scene, and abide by all
Okay,
trespass warnings.
thank you.
Your Honor, Mr. Cheek was wondering if there was any way we can get it, Ms. Bush, I'm sorry.
Oh, I
It's a
think I
10-day
just saw
offer.
Mr. Cheek last week. I think we saw each other last week, Mr. Cheek, so,
Miss Wish, Miss Honor. I have a job interview tomorrow, ma'am. I do have finally got a job, and I am trying to do the right thing, ma'am. I went in the wrong area. I wouldn't go back in the other area, ma'am.
I mean, I understand the state's basis for their offer based on your history. I understand it's not a these are not violent offenses or anything of that nature, but, I mean, I just saw you last week, too, so it may be the basis for their offer, which is that,
I'm just trying to get off.
I understand,
Please, and I
but-
finally have a job interview and everything. I'm trying to get.
well, my offer would not be a credit for time served offer, so that's where we're at.
What would be the lowest you can go, ma'am?
I mean, I don't think the state's offer is unreasonable. Based on, you have 27 misdemeanors. You were here last week. It just keeps getting worse, Mr. Cheek. It doesn't get better every time you come back.
Yes.
I mean, there's no trespassing signs, and you're present in that area, so, and you're drinking and, you're alleged to have been drinking in public, and, which is not permitted. And I'm sure you know that, so. I think the state's offer is reasonable. If you don't want to take it, I'm happy to give you a bond.
So, I guess you can't go no lower than?
I'm not gonna go lower than that.
Don't, it's crazy.
Thank you. All right, are you gonna enter a no contest plea, Mr. Cheek?
Yes,
Okay, I'm showing you this plea form. Is this your signature at the bottom?
yes,
Did you understand everything contained within the plea form?
yes,
Do you understand all the rights you're giving up by entering the plea?
yes,
Are you on probation anywhere?
no,
Do you understand that if you're not a U.S. citizen, this plea will subject you to deportation?
yes,
All right, I do find a factual basis for you to enter the plea on both counts. I'm gonna adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 10 days in the Orange County Jail on each count. That, with credit for 2 days' time served, those will run concurrent. You're not to return back to that listed property which has the no trespassing signs at Chancery Lane. You're not to have any alcohol in public. You're to abide by any trespass warnings. And, I do have to impose court costs. I'm gonna order you pay those by April 8th, 2020. If you want to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you.
you know what day I get out? man?
Please tell me your name, sir.
Morel Shealy.
All right, Mr. Shealy, you're here in 2019 MM 2939AO. You were arrested for possession of a grocery cart or dairy case and possession or consumption of alcohol prohibited in a public place. I do find probable cause. You did not fill out a form for the public defender. Do you want to see if the state has an offer to resolve your case? Do you want to try and resolve your case today, Mr. Shealy?
Well,
Is there an offer for Mr. Shealy?
Yes, Your Honor. It's an adjudication, 4 days, 2 days credit, time served.
Is that something you want to do?
yes, I guess.
Do you understand what's going on today, Mr. Shealy? Okay, you know who I am?
Not really.
Am I the judge?
Uh-huh.
And that's the public defender?
Okay.
And that's the state attorney? Okay, so you know what's happening? Okay, so the state's made an offer to you, and the offer is an adjudication of guilt, 4 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for 2 days' time served. Okay? Do you know when he'd get out tomorrow? You'd get out tomorrow, okay? Do you want to take that offer and resolve your case today? You don't have to come back to court?
Okay.
Okay? Okay, let's do that if you want to do that.
Has he retained our office?
No, he didn't fill out a form, so I'm not. Thank you. All right, Mr. Shealy, I'm gonna enter a plea of no contest for you, okay? Is this your signature at the bottom of the plea form? You gotta speak up, because we're being recorded. Is that your signature?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Did you understand everything contained within the plea form?
Right.
You understand all the rights you're giving up by entering the plea? There won't be a trial. You won't be able to confront witnesses. Your case will be resolved.
Okay.
Yep? Okay. Are you on probation anywhere?
No.
Do you understand that if you're not a U.S. citizen, this plea will subject you to deportation? Do you understand? Is that a yes?
Yes.
Okay. I do find a factual basis for you to enter the plea to both counts. I am gonna adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 4 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for 2 days' time served. Those will run concurrent, means at the same time. I have to impose court costs. I'm gonna order you pay those by April 8th, 2020. If you want to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you. Okay, Mr. Shealy, good luck to you. Okay?
Okay.
Do you have a question?
How much did the court cost?
I think 220, 273. Okay?
Okay.
You have a good day. All right, please tell me your name.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
My name is Julian Anthony Garcia.
Okay, Mr. Garcia, it looks like you're set for a determination of counsel hearing today, correct?
I suppose.
Okay, so you do want the public defender to be appointed for you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm gonna sign that order. And then, Mr. Williams works for the public defender's office, so I don't know if he needs to write down any information for you or anything like that. Do you need a case number?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, it's 2019 MM 132AE. 2AE. Okay? That's it. So you have attorney now, okay? That's the information that you'll need to call.
I know. I'm in here for a Publix lunch plate, so I thought I was.
For what?
They're accusing me of taking a Publix lunch plate, 2 cookies, and.
I'm not
cornbread.
accusing you of anything,
No, no, no.
sir.
I'm
So,
sorry. Not.
what
thought I
was
was
that
gonna
case
get
number? 132AE.
It's a petty theft, Your Honor.
So it looks like it's a petty theft, and unfortunately, the only time you can plead to a misdemeanor, without an information being filed is that initial appearance, which looks like it was back on March 31st, or 21st. So the state will have to either file charges or not file charges. I think you have a bond of $250. So you can speak with whoever is gonna be your attorney and assigned to that case. Looks like, I don't know who will be your attorney until it gets signed to a division, but, okay? All right, sir, please tell me your name.
It's Joshua Patrick Duncan, Your Honor.
Okay, do we know what happened to Mr. Burrow? Mr. Burrow's behavior, Your Honor. Okay, we'll reset Mr. Burrow. And then Carrillo Reyes. Okay, so we'll have him for this afternoon. Do you want me to just hold on to that? Okay, can I keep all that on there? Okay. Okay, Mr. Duncan?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, sir, you are here in 2019 CF 4838AO. You were arrested for grand theft, third degree of a motor vehicle, aggravated assault with a motor vehicle, and burglary of a dwelling. I do find probable cause. I am gonna appoint the public defender. You're not to return back to the victim's home.
Can I ask a question, Your Honor?
At 630 Gatlin Avenue. You're not to possess any weapons or firearms or ammunition. You're not to consume or possess any illegal substances without a valid prescription. You're not to have any contact with any victim or any witness in the case. Your bond on count 1 will remain at $150, count 2, $150, count 3, $5,000. You're out on bond for burglary as well and grand theft. Is that do we know if it's bond or it doesn't, not one checked? It doesn't look like he's out on bond. Just has a warrant was served in that case. Okay, it looks like. Okay, I think State, do you know if he's, I can't figure out if he's out on that case or, and he.
It appears that, clearly that this case occurred after. I'm trying to.
Yeah. Okay, and I'm revoking that release and setting that at bond at none in 2019 CF 3921AO. In which case? I'm gonna appoint the PD on both cases.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
Sorry, sir?
Excuse me, Your Honor.
I can't hear what you're saying.
I'm sorry. Excuse me, Your Honor. I was wondering if it's possible if I could be released to, what is it, the drug rehab program. My family is actually trying
I
to
don't
take...
have any authority to put you in a drug program.
No, I understand. That's why I was asking for mental health ROR, that way I could go to the drug program. My family was trying to put me in it, and then
I'm not going to ROR you, sir. You're out on bond.
I understand.
For
I would
this
pay the bond
similar
willingly.
offense.
I would pay the bond willingly, but they said I don't qualify for PTR. I was trying to pay it last night, but they said I had it for initial appearance detainer. I have no problem paying the bond. I'm not going to run because I know that's going to make everything worse. But I do want to go. I would like to go to like an actual facility
Well,
that's
you
like.
have the public defender, so you can see if they can help you out
I
with
mean, but
getting
you
into
just
a
revoked
program.
you just revoked my
And
bond. So if you revoke
you still have an attorney who you can talk with, and they can file a motion in the court in which that will be heard. It's set in a division, and you can talk to the judge about that. Okay?
That doesn't make any sense. I mean, that makes sense. Get out. He's signing my paperwork, man.
Huh? Please tell me your name, sir.
Cody Emerson.
All right, Mr. Emerson, you're here in 2019 CF 4855AO. You were arrested for possession of cannabis less than 20 grams and possession of cocaine with a weapon. I do find probable cause for the offense, or the offenses, excuse me. I am going to appoint the public defender to represent you. You're not to possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. You're not to drive without a valid license. You're not to possess any weapons or firearms or ammunition. Your bond will be on count 1, $100. Count 2 will be at the $2,500. You're out on bond for similar offenses. I am revoking the bond in 2019 CF 2298AO and setting it at none. He has an attorney on that case, I believe. All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Andrew Ramon Jenkins.
All right, Mr. Jenkins, you're here in 2019 CF 4837AO. You're arrested for petty theft, 2 prior convictions. I do find probable cause. I'm going to appoint the public defender. You're not to return back to the 7-Eleven at 2609 Delaney Avenue in Orlando, Florida. You're not to have any contact with any listed victims or witnesses in the case. Your bond will be set at $1,500. Please tell me your name.
Willie Murphy.
All right, Mr. Murphy. You're here in 2019 CF 3938. You were arrested pursuant to a warrant for sale and delivery of cocaine. Probable cause has already been found. I'm gonna appoint the public, does not look like you qualify for the public defender. You don't qualify for the public defender, sir. So I cannot appoint them to represent you at this time. Your bond in that case is in the warrant at $7,500. You're not to possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. In 2019 CF 4856AO, you were arrested for trafficking in heroin, possession of heroin, possession of cocaine, possession of Xanax, possession of heroin with intent to sell or deliver, possession of cocaine with intent to sell or deliver, and possession of a controlled substance with intent to sell. I do find probable cause. I'm not sure he's gonna, based on the review of the affidavit, if I'm probably should have the public defender based on the bonds that I'm gonna set, but, so count 1, the bond will remain at $100,000, count 2, 150, count 3, 150, count 4, 150, count 5, I will keep it the 15,000, count 6, 15,000, and count 7, 150. I am gonna appoint the public defender, sir, to represent you in both cases, okay? Please tell me your name, sir.
Joe Slater.
Do we know what happened to Mr. Scarvelli?
Carmelli, mental health, Your Honor.
Okay. We'll reset Mr. Scarvelli. All right, Mr. Slater. You're here in 2019 CF 4830AO. You're arrested for fleeing and attempting to elude a law enforcement officer with lights and sirens activated, driving while license suspended, 2 prior convictions, possession of MDMA ecstasy, possession of cannabis less than 20, and resisting an officer without violence. I do find probable cause. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. Your bond on count 1 will be $10,000. count 2, 150, count 3, 150, counts 4 and 5 at $100. You're not to possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription, and you're not to drive without a valid license. Please tell me your name, ma'am.
Suzanne Brown.
Do we know what happened to Stephen? Okay, take no action. All right, Ms. Brown, you're here in 2019 CF 4844AO. You were arrested for robbery, tampering with a witness to hinder communication to law enforcement, grand theft third degree, and battery. I do find probable cause. I'm going to appoint the public defender. You're not to have any contact with any victim or witness in the case. You're not to possess any weapons or firearms or ammunition. Your bond on count 1 will be $3,500. Count 2, 150, count 3, 150, and count 4, 100. Please tell me your name, ma'am.
Brandy Tolan.
All right, Ms. Tolan. You're here in 2019 CF 4841AO. You were arrested for grand theft third degree of a motor vehicle. I do find probable cause. I'm going to appoint the public defender in that case and as well in 2019 MM 2940AO, which you were arrested for obstruction by false information. I do find probable cause. You're not to have any contact with any victim in the case. Your bond will stay at $2,000 in the grand theft and $500 in the misdemeanor case. All right, sir, please tell me your name.
Anthony Thomas Voltaggio.
Okay, Mr. Voltaggio, you're here in 2019 CF 4847AO. You're arrested for leaving the scene of a crash involving damage to property and driving while license suspended as a subsequent offender. I do find probable cause. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in that case, as well as in 2019 CF 4848 AO. You were arrested for DUI. I do find probable cause. You're not to possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. You're not to consume any alcohol. You're not to return back to the Publix at 5203 South Conway Road. You're not to have any contact with any listed victim in the case. Your bond on count 1 of the the 2019 CF 4847 will stay at $500. On count 2, it'll be $2,500. And in 2019 CF 4848, it will remain at the $5,000. Please tell me your name.
Christy Wells.
All right, ma'am, you're here in 2019 CF 4852AO. You're arrested for retail theft over 300 as a subsequent offender. I do find probable cause. I'm going to appoint the public defender. You're not to return back to the target at 3343 Daniels Road. You're not to have any contact with any listed witness or your co-defendant. Your bond will remain set at $1,000. I appointed the public defender. I don't know if I said that, but I appointed the people. Please tell me your name, sir.
Aaron Torres.
All right, Mr. Torres, you're here in 2019 CO 417. You were arrested for soliciting without a permit. I do find probable cause. You did not fill out a form for the public defender. You want to see if the state has an offer for you?
Please.
Okay.
The offer is an adjudication of guilt, 4 days, Orange County Jail, 2 days credit time served.
Okay. And I think you'd get out tomorrow if you pled to that.
That's fine.
Okay. You okay with proceeding without an attorney, Mr. Torres?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'm not going to take any action on your out on bond case or you were ROR'd, but if you come back, it's likely that's going to get revoked, okay? So
Thank you.
stay out of trouble. All right, Mr. Torres, I'm showing you this plea form. Is this your signature at the bottom?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand everything contained within the plea form?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand all the rights you're giving up by entering the plea?
Yes.
Are you on probation anywhere?
No.
Okay. Do you understand that if you're not a U.S. citizen, this plea will subject you to deportation?
I understand.
Okay. I do find a factual basis for you to enter the plea. I'm going to adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 4 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for 2 days' time served. I do have to impose court costs. I'm going to order you pay those by April 8th, 2020. It gives you a year to pay them off. If you want to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you can't afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you, all right?
Sure.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
All right, sir, please tell me your name. Good morning, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, well, tell me your name, please.
David Bain.
All right, Mr. Bain, you're here in 2019 MM2935AO. You were arrested for trespass on property after warning. I do find probable cause. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. Do you want to see if the state has an offer for you? I'm not sure if they do, but we'll see.
It's 5 days, Orange County Jail, 2 days, credit time served, no return to the scene, and abide by all trespass warnings.
Is that something you're interested in, Mr. Bain?
I'm sorry. 2 days.
He may not be able to hear you with the headphones on.
I'm sorry. You're saying 5 days time served. What's that for? Okay. Yes. Sure. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And, Your Honor, the no return would be to Walt Disney World properties.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Bain, do you want to enter no contest plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm showing you this plea form. Is this your signature at the bottom?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand everything contained within the plea form?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand all the rights you're giving up by entering the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you on probation anywhere?
No, ma'am.
Okay, you understand that if you're not a U.S. citizen, this plea will subject you to deportation?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I do find a factual basis for you to enter the plea based on the charging affidavit in the court file. I'm going to adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 5 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for 2 days' time served. You're not to return back to any Walt Disney World property. Don't go back there. And you're to abide by any and all trespass warnings. I do have to impose court costs. I'm going to order you pay those by April 8th, 2020. It gives you a year to pay them off, okay? If you want to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you cannot afford an attorney, one would be appointed for you, okay? Good luck to you.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, sir, please tell me your name.
Good morning. My name is Michael Briggs.
Okay, Mr. Briggs, you're here in 2019 MM 2941AO. You were arrested for possession of cannabis, less than 20 grams. I do find probable cause. And in 2019 MO 6220, you're arrested for possession and consumption of alcohol in a public place. I do find probable cause. You did not fill out a form for the public defender. Do you want to see if the state has an offer to resolve your cases without an attorney?
Yes, ma'am. I just want to
Okay.
go back to work, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, I do.
Okay, let's see if the state has an offer for you.
The global offer is an adjudication of guilt, 5 days, 2 days credit time served. And under 2019 MM 2941, that would include a 1-year driver's license suspension.
All right, Mr. Briggs, did you understand?
I understand that, ma'am. I just don't want to lose my job. I know I'm going to lose my job if I said it's a new job that I just got with Universal Studios, the old Wet n Wild, building a hotel. I know I can't miss any days, 3 in a row. I know it's going to be a problem, but
But did you start your job already?
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I've been there
When
for 3
did you
months.
start?
I've been there for 3 months.
3 months?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and so you're missing today,
I know.
right?
And in 3 days is 4, so I know.
Do you, have you spoken with your employer, or?
No, ma'am. I worked yesterday. When I got off for work, I went back to the coalition, and I got a beer,
Okay.
and I sat down with him.
If I gave him 3 days, would he get out today? Okay. If you want to plea to the bench, I'd give you 3 days. It would get you out today, but you'd still have a year DL suspension. Is that something you want to do?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay.
Sorry, ma'am.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Briggs, you okay with pleading without an attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
You
I am.
understand the consequences of the plea, which is that you're going to get a driver's license, you're going to be adjudicated, so you'll get a 1-year DL suspension.
Yes, ma'am. I haven't
Okay.
driven since 2012. I got hurt real bad. So.
Okay, I just want to make sure you understand that, because you don't have an attorney next to you, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm showing you this plea form. Is this your signature at the bottom?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand everything contained within the plea form?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand all the rights you're giving up by entering the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you on probation anywhere?
No, ma'am.
Do you understand that if you're not a U.S. citizen, this plea will subject you to deportation?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I do find a factual basis for you to plead to both of the cases. I am going to adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 3 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for the 2 days you served, but they're telling me that will get you out today, okay?
All right. Thank you.
And there's a 1-year DL suspension that's going to come with 2019 MM 2941AO. And I do have to impose court costs in each case. And I'm going to order you pay those by April 8th, 2020, okay? It gives you a year to pay them off.
Yes,
If you
ma'am.
want to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you cannot afford an attorney, one would be appointed for you. And Mr. Briggs, if you want to keep your job, make sure you stay out of trouble,
Yeah,
okay?
I do.
So hopefully you don't lose your job,
Thank you for that.
okay? Good luck to you.
All right. Thank you, ma'am.
All right, please tell me your name.
Eric McKay.
Do we know what happened to Mr. Harris? All right, we'll reset Mr. Harris. And then Cabanguera. Okay, I'll just keep this one. That's for this afternoon. All right, Mr. McLean? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
You're here and you were picked up on an out-of-county warrant out of Seminole County. And looks like your bond in that case is set at none. And so Seminole County has 24 hours to come and pick you up, okay? And that
Yes, ma'am.
does not include weekends, but I don't think that'll be a problem for you, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Please tell me your name, sir.
Landon C. Ball.
Do we know what happened to Mr. Avru? Looks like he refused, or there was mental health yesterday. It's an out-of-county warrant. I'm just gonna call the case. It's a Broward County out-of-county warrant case. Looks like the bond is set at none on each count. Is that correct? Okay. And so, for purposes of Mr. Avru, Broward County has 72 hours to come and pick him up, and that does not include the weekends, okay? Did you say your name was Landon Ball?
Correct.
Okay. All right, sir, you're here in 2019 MM 2911 AO. You were arrested for resisting an officer without violence. It looks like this was called up yesterday, and Judge Egan indicated that the state had 24 hours to submit a supplemental arrest affidavit in support of probable cause.
And Your Honor, this state has not received a supplemental affidavit specifically that provides information as to what commands were given and information as to whether or not the officer was in uniform. That appears to be what the probable cause
Oh, okay.
challenge was that there was no indication of what, if any, commands were given, though I do believe the lights were activated. And there is information that says that it was an Orlando Police Department patrol vehicle, that the officer was wearing his Class C uniform. And then upon seeing the officer, Mr. Ball fled.
You're saying there were lights activated?
Yes, Your Honor.
I didn't see that. I just saw
At the
that he
beginning-
illuminated
At the
the front yard.
beginning, it says, I pulled behind the Dodge, continued to travel west. And as I pulled towards, it started. I apologize, Your Honor, it
Yeah, I
just
didn't-
talks about the uniform. And then the emergency language was about setting up a emergency channel. So there is no additional
Okay.
information, Your Honor.
All right, based on that, is the state asking for more time, or are we?
Your Honor, the state does not have any extraordinary circumstances to request an additional 24 hours.
Okay, based on that, I don't find probable cause, sir. I'm gonna ROR you on the count. I'm not gonna take any action on your out on bond case. Just be very careful.
I will.
You got lucky.
Thank you.
Did the PD get if there's no PC, does the PD get appointed, or were they, they were appointed yesterday? Okay, all right. So you do have an attorney. Make sure you keep in touch with them. For some reason, the state files charges, okay?
All right.
All right, please tell me your name.
Kevin Velez.
Is Mr. Cartagena, he refused? All right, I believe he's refused multiple times, I think. Like he refused on Saturday and Sunday. And Friday, or on the 6th, yeah, Friday. So, Mr. Williams, I'm probably gonna appoint you, this is a punishable by life felony. What do you want to waive his appearance?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So in 2019 CF 4691AO, Mr. Jesus Miguel Reyes Cartagena was arrested for armed burglary of a dwelling with a firearm, grand theft third degree, grand theft third degree, criminal mischief, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, and possession of ammunition by a convicted felon. I do find probable cause. I am going to appoint the public defender. Are you waiving his appearance?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. State, are you asking, do you want to be heard as to bond?
Yes, Your Honor. As to count 1, the state would ask, based on the sworn arrest affidavit, which does provide identifiable witnesses, both individuals and investigative items, such as surveillance videos. The state would ask that the court find that proof is evident or presumption is great that Mr. Reyes Cartagena is the individual so identified in the sworn affidavit, and this is also based on facts provided by Mr. Cartagena. And the state would ask that the court continue to hold him, or that the court holds him at no bond on count 1. And I noticed also there was a bond correction form
Correct.
as to count 1.
Mr. Williams, you want to be heard?
No argument from the defense, Your Honor.
I'm sorry?
No argument.
Okay. All right, I do find proof evident presumption great based on my review of the charging affidavit as well as the state's arguments. I am going to continue to hold Mr. Cartagena at no bond on count 1. He's not to have any, or the remaining bonds will remain as set at $150 on each count. He's not to return back to the victim's residence on that Blossom Trail. He's not to possess or any weapons, firearms, or ammunition, any drugs or alcohol. He's not to have any contact with any victim or any witness in the case, or any co-defendants. Any other conditions, state?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Looks like she was a reset as well. Mr. Williams, if I appointed your office, are you waiving her appearance, or do you want me to reset her again? It's only been one time, but
Reset.
reset it?
Yes.
Okay, we'll reset it one more time. We'll see if she wants to come join us.
What was the reason? Refuse?
Yeah.
Timothy Lafferty, is mental health.
Okay. Looks like this has been reset twice. Mr. Williams, I'm gonna appoint the PD. Do you wanna? It's a trespass.
I'll waive his appearance.
Okay. All right, and for Mr. Lafferty, it's 2019 MM 2881AO. He was arrested for trespass on property after warning. I do find probable cause. I'm gonna appoint the public defender's office. They've indicated that they are going to waive his appearance, and they've stated that on the record. He's not to return back to 7309 South Orange Blossom Trail. He's to abide by all trespass warnings. He's not to have any contact with any victims or witnesses at that location. I'm not gonna take any action on the out on bond case at this time.
What was the bond on the trespassing charge?
I'm sorry, it's gonna stay at the $500.
Lucia Sanchez, refusal.
Is Mr. Velez for this afternoon? Oh, okay. Okay, Ms. Sanchez. You said it was refusal?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. This has been reset. It's a possession of drug paraphernalia. Mr. Williams, I'm likely to appoint your office. I think you may represent her already in another case. I'm not gonna take any action on that one, but do you wanna waive her appearance
Yes,
if I
Your Honor.
appoint? Okay. And for Ms. Sanchez, 2019 MM 2927AO. She was arrested for possession of drug paraphernalia. I do find probable cause. I'm gonna appoint the public defender. They're gonna waive her appearance as stated on the record. She's not to possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. The bond will remain at the $500. And I'm not gonna take any action on her out on bond case in 2019 MM 1089AO.
Danielle Thomas also refused.
Okay. Let's see how many times Ms. Thomas has been reset. Looks like just once. Do you want to reset her?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we'll reset her one more time. 2019 CF 4825AO. Okay, all right, Mr. Velez. Okay. You're here in 2019 CF 4801 AO, 2019 CF 4802 AO, 2019 CF 4803 AO, 2019 CF 4804 AO, 2019 CF 4805 AO, 2019 CF 4806 AO. Looks like this was called up yesterday. front of Judge Egan. And the state was going to provide additional supplemental information as to probable cause.
And with regard to all of the cases except for 2019 CF 4797 AO, in which probable cause was found, the state has not received any additional information. Well, the state received an email that said there is no additional information to
So
provide at this
PC
time.
was found in 4807, yeah?
It was, I'm showing it as 2019 CF 4797. And that would be agency number 1931719.
Yeah, I think that's just not been reset today because PC was found. I don't
Correct.
have, I
I
don't
was
have
just
that,
going
yeah.
through all of the cases, so there is no additional information for the cases called today.
Okay. Is the state asking for any, I mean, are you asking for any additional time?
No,
or-
Your Honor,
okay.
because based on the response from the agency, they do not, it says they do not have additional information at this time other than what they submitted. So the state does not have a good faith basis or legal basis to request an additional 24 hours.
All right, Mr. Velez, since the state has not provided the additional information, you'll be ROR'd on each count in each case due to a lack of probable cause. Was the PD appointed? Okay, yeah,
Your
PD
Honor,
was
if-
appointed.
If the state may, I just want to review the rule right quickly.
As to additional time, or,
Just to be certain that,
I mean, I think it's 72 hours total.
and this was heard on 4/7, Your Honor.
Sorry.
This was heard on 4/7.
Yeah, yesterday by Judge Egan.
So first 24 hours would have been to 4/7. Your Honor, pursuant to Rule 3.133, the state is going to ask the court in its discretion to allow the state an additional 24 hours. And because the probable cause determination is to be heard within 48 hours of the
Correct.
time of the arrest, and then the state can ask for an additional 24 hours.
Correct.
So at this time, the state is going to ask for an additional 24 hours to fall within the 48 hours, Your Honor.
He was arrested.
He was arrested on 4/6. At 5:28 in the morning to 4/7, 5:28.
Williams, do you have any argument? I mean, that is what the rule says.
No, no argument, Your Honor.
Okay, I will grant the state's request to present any additional information as to probable cause in all of the listed cases. Okay. Can you tell me your name, sir?
They have it listed here as Willie Edmond, but it's Willie James Edmond.
All right, Mr. Edmond. Think this is gonna be a plea? Mr. Edmond was,
Yes, Your Honor.
looks like,
This is a city
yeah.
case
Yes, and it looks like the offer is a withhold of adjudication with court costs and the $10 filing fee.
and
Credit for
any
time.
time served.
Do you know how much time he has? 7 days. This is 2019 MO 597AO.
The Wood tax collector.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Edmond, I'm showing you this plea form. Is this your signature at the bottom? It's hard to see, huh?
If I had a
Magnifying glass?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you want to take a look at it, just in
Yes,
case?
ma'am. I'm satisfied.
You're satisfied that's your
yes, ma'am.
signature? Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
I don't think anybody else is in the room
I'm
that
not a
signed
magician.
anything. Okay. All right, did you understand everything that was contained within the plea form?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, do you understand all the rights you're giving up by entering the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, are you on probation anywhere? No? Okay, good. Do you understand that if you're not a U.S. citizen, this plea will subject you to deportation?
Repeat that again.
If you're not a U.S. citizen, this plea will subject you to deportation.
I got my birth certificate.
Okay, I just need to know that you understand that, that's all.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right, I do find a factual basis for you to enter the plea. I am gonna adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to sorry?
It's a withhold of adjudication.
Oh, sorry, I'm sorry, I'm gonna withhold adjudication, thank you. And I'm gonna sentence you to 7 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for 7 days that you've served. I do have to impose the $223 court costs and $10 filing fee. I'm gonna give you until April 8th, 2020 to pay it off. It gives you a year to pay it off, okay? If you wanna appeal the judgment and sentence of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you. All right, Mr. Edmond, good luck to you. Have a good day.
I'll be released today?
Yeah, you're getting out. Oh, you have another case?
Oh, that was DUI?
Does he have a bond? Okay. Okay, you have a bond in that case, sir. I don't know what it is, paraphernalia. So you might want to speak with make sure that he has the contact information.
Yes, ma'am. What was this first charge
I
was?
think this might have been an open container,
Yes, ma'am.
and you had a paraphernalia charge. I can't plea that one out today, I'm sorry. You call the number and then somebody will talk to you, okay? Somebody file on that?
Sorry?
Somebody file on that? All right, so we have, this is a motion filed by Rachel Craig Chatterton. It's in 33-day 2019 CF 1153.
A notice of non-filing was filed on April 5th, 2019. That should be granted.
Okay, that will be granted. We don't need this paperwork, right? Okay, we're gonna go with the Office of the Public Defender motions, 2019 CF 3250AO, James John Laravuso.
And information was filed on April 5th. The filing ID is 87571150. The state requests that that be denied.
That will be denied. 2019 CF 3127AO, Joseph Carter Wren.
And information was filed on April 5th. Filing ID is 87568026. The state requests that that be denied.
That will be denied. 2019 CF 3232AO, Donald Harris Jr.
A request for administrative transfer and misdemeanor information was filed in this matter. A clocked-in copy was sent to defense on April 5th. The state asks that the court deny this motion.
That will be denied. 2019 CF 3309AO, Aaron Nathaniel Thompson.
A request for administrative transfer and misdemeanor information has been filed. A clocked-in copy was provided to defense this morning. State asks that that be denied.
That will be denied. 2019 CF 3201AO, Nicole Y. Watkins.
And information was filed on April 5th. Filing ID is 87563959. The state asks that that be denied.
That will be denied. 2019 CF 504AO, Modesto Luis Ruiz.
A notice of non-filing was filed on April 5th. That should be granted.
Be granted. 2019 CF 3208AO, Victor Manuel Diaz Jr.
And information was filed on April 5th. Filing ID is 87563539.
That will be denied. 2019 CF 1490AO, Fernando Fernandez Ayala.
Notice of non-filing on April 5th.
That will be granted. 2019 CF 3194A, LO Monica Lind Anderson.
Notice of non-filing on April 5th.
That will be granted. 2019 CF 1405AO Jeff Gordgu.
Notice of non-filing on April 5th.
That will be granted. 2019 CF 1398 Jeff Gorgu.
Request for administrative transfer and misdemeanor information was filed. A clocked-in copy was emailed to defense on April 5th.
That will be denied. 2019 CF 3128AO Joseph Carter Wren.
And information was filed on April 5th. Filing ID is 8755-4928.
That will be denied. 2019 CF 3146 Alfredo Peralez.
A request for administrative transfer and misdemeanor information was filed. A clocked-in copy was emailed to defense on April 5th.
That will be denied. All right, does that conclude our morning?
Yes,
All
ma'am.
right, we'll be in recess until this afternoon.
Your Honor, the Spanish interpreter is connected whenever you're ready.
All right, we're on the record. This is Judge Wish. It is April 8th, 2019. This is courtroom 1, session 2. Can I have the parties please announce themselves for the record?
Good afternoon. Edith Bush for the Office of the State Attorney.
Good afternoon, Robert Woods with the Office of the Public Defender.
All right, good afternoon, sir. Can you please tell me your name?
Eric Carrillo Reyes.
I'm sorry, if I can ask the deputies to fix his headset. The mic is rubbing against his chest.
Mi nombre es Eric Carrillo Reyes.
My name is Eric Carrillo Reyes.
All right, Mr. Carrillo Reyes, you are here in 2019 CF 4684. You were arrested pursuant to a warrant in which probable cause was found for possession of cocaine with intent to sell or deliver. You're not to possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. I am going to appoint the public defender to represent you, and your bond will remain set as in the warrant at $2,500, okay? It's $2,500.
Counsel, can you put on the headsets, please?
All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Oh, well, we're not coming to that
Oh, sorry. Hello. Somebody from Card Member Services. I don't know. It's one of those days. I'm like, I haven't gotten a call. All right, sir, please tell me your name.
Jose Cabal.
All right, Mr. Caban? Okay. You were picked up on an out-of-county warrant out of Osceola County, it looks like for 2 cases, and the bond in 2018 CT 1332 is $2,000, and in 18 CT 1333, your bond is set at $500. Osceola County has 24 hours to come and pick you up, okay, sir?
Okay.
Please tell me your name. No, please tell me your name, sir.
Neri Bautista Ramírez.
Neri Bautista Ramirez.
Sí.
All right, Mr. Bautista Ramirez, you are here in 2019 CT 2713AO. You were arrested for driving while license suspended. I do find probable cause. Did you want to see if you qualify for the public defender's office?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you work, sir?
Sí.
Where do you work?
Pintura.
Painting.
Okay.
En Fort Lauderdale.
In Fort Lauderdale.
Okay. Do you get paid weekly or bi-weekly or monthly?
Semanalmente.
Weekly.
How much do you get paid per week?
$600.
$600.
Okay. Do you have children under the age of 18?
No, todos mayores.
No, they're older.
Okay. So you're not going to qualify. All right, so you're not going to qualify for the public defender's office. So I cannot appoint them for you at this time. However, I am going to stay, oh, you live in Fort Lauderdale. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna stay the bond at the $1,000, and you're not to drive without a valid license, sir.
Está bien.
Very well.
Please tell me your name, sir.
Victorino Diaz Garcia.
All right, Mr. Diaz-Garcia, you are here in 2019 CF 4832AO. You were arrested for neglect of a child without great bodily harm. I do find probable cause. Do you want to see if you qualify for the public defender? Were you planning on hiring your own attorney, sir? Or do you want me to see if you qualify for the public defender?
Private.
You're hiring your own attorney? Okay. All right, sir, I'm going to order that you have no contact directly or indirectly with the victim in this case. You're not to possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. You're not to consume or possess any alcohol. You're not to possess any weapons or firearms. You're to comply with any Department of Children and Families investigation if there is one pending. And your bond in this case will be set at $2,500. We'll just set him for a determination of counsel in a week in case he has not hired an attorney and he has not bonded out, okay? And we'll have you sign the no contact order form. Yes, Ms. Bush?
Is there a separate residence order on this?
Well, I don't believe the child is gonna live in the residence alone. And there's no indication, I'm ordering no contact. It looks like the child is with the babysitter. And I don't know if DCF was even contacted because it doesn't say anything in the report about that. So that is a big concern. I can add no maintain separate residences, but if that's what the state's requesting, I don't have it, I'm fine with doing that.
Well, and the child's 3. so,
3, yeah.
The state withdraws its
Okay.
query on that.
All right, sir, did you understand everything contained within the no contact order form?
Yes.
Okay, so you understand that you're not to have any contact with the victim in this case. You're to abide by any DCF investigation if there is one in their plan, okay? Okay.
Yes.
And we set you for a determination of counsel hearing in a week if for some reason you're not able to bond out. But I would make sure that you contact an attorney as soon as possible, okay? Okay, he has an immigration, you have an immigration detainer.
Your Honor, may the interpreter have a second to disconnect and reconnect? There is a problem with the connection.
Sure.
Thank you. The interpreter is back again, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Huh? This one? Do you need it? We'll have all these. Oh, I don't know what you mean. Oh. Thank you. All right, sir, please tell me your name.
Héctor Ronaldo Rodríguez Mejía.
Hector Ronaldo Rodriguez Mejia.
Ronaldo.
Okay, sir, you're here in 2019 CF 48660. You were arrested for tampering with a witness to hinder communication to law enforcement and assault domestic violence. I do find probable cause for your arrest, sir. You did not fill out a form for the public defender. Do you want me to see if you qualify?
está bien.
Okay.
Okay. Do you work, sir?
Sí.
Yes.
Where do you work?
Construcción, Orlando, Lake Mary, Sanford, Kissimmee.
Construction in Orlando, Lake Mary, Kissimmee, different places.
Okay. Do you get paid every week or bi-weekly or monthly?
Semanal.
Weekly.
And how much do you make per week? Average.
Que como trabajo por contrato,
Well, it's by contract.
Okay. On average, how much would you make per week?
1,500. Sí.
1,500.
Okay. Do you have any children under the age of 18?
Sí. Sí.
Yes.
How many?
3.
3.
And they live with you and you support them?
Sí,
Okay.
una vive conmigo, el otro está en Chicago, pero yo lo mantengo.
One of them lives with me. The other one is in Chicago, but I still support him.
So you're saying you make $1,500 a week?
Yes.
3 children? No. You're not going to qualify for the public defender, sir. Okay? You're going to have to hire your own attorney. He's not going to qualify based on his income. And so I do, huh? Yeah. Do you need an interpreter, ma'am? Okay, we're going to need the Spanish interpreter for the victim as well, who is present.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
No problem.
Raise your right hand, please.
Levante la mano derecha, por favor, señora.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Jura y promete que la declaración que está por dar va a ser la verdad, toda la verdad y nada más que la verdad.
Sí.
Yes.
Please state your name for the record.
Diga su nombre para que conste en el registro y puede bajar la mano.
All right, Ms. Bush, do you want to inquire of the witness?
Diga su nombre.
Orfa Ruth Márquez.
Alpha Rot Marquez.
Good afternoon, Ms. Marquez.
I'm sorry, Counsel, you have to stay near microphone.
Good afternoon, Ms. Marquez.
Buenas tardes, señora Marquez.
Buenas tardes.
Good afternoon.
How do you know Mr. Rodriguez?
¿De dónde conoce usted al señor Rodríguez?
¿Cómo dónde lo conocí?
Where I met him?
Él es mi pareja.
No, no.
He's my partner.
He's your partner.
¿Él es su pareja?
Sí,
Yes.
Do you live together?
¿Viven juntos?
sí.
Yes.
Are you afraid of him?
¿Usted le tiene temor?
No.
No.
Do you have any concerns for your safety, ma'am?
¿Usted tiene alguna preocupación con respecto a su propia seguridad, señora?
No.
No.
Has anything like this happened before?
¿Algo como esto ha ocurrido antes?
No.
No.
Do you believe that alcohol or any kind of controlled substance contributed to his behavior?
¿Piensa usted que sea el alcohol o algún tipo de sustancia regulada que haya contribuido al comportamiento de él?
No.
No.
Do you work?
¿Trabaja usted?
No.
No.
Is your... Who pays the bills in your home?
En el hogar, ¿quién paga las facturas?
Él.
He does.
I have no further questions. Thank you, ma'am.
No tengo más preguntas. Gracias, señora.
Okay, thank you for your testimony, ma'am.
Señora, gracias por su testimonio.
All right, based on my review of the affidavit, I do have concerns for the safety of the victim in this case. and I am going to order that there's no contact directly or indirectly with the victim. I'm going to have you sign the no contact order form, sir.
Debido a todos los hechos que rodean este affidavit, me inquieta la seguridad de esta víctima, así que voy a hacer constar que no va a haber ningún tipo de contacto directamente o indirectamente y por lo tanto, señor, voy a pedir que usted firme el formulario de prohibición.
Thank you. All right, sir, I'm showing you this no contact order form that you signed. Did you understand everything that was contained within the form?
Señor, le estoy mostrando aquí el formulario de prohibición de contacto. ¿Usted entendió todo lo que consta en ello?
Okay.
Yes, perfectly.
Okay, so no contact whatsoever, directly or indirectly.
Es decir, no se permite ningún tipo de contacto en absoluto, sea directa o indirectamente.
Yes? Okay.
Correct.
You're to maintain separate residences. You're not to possess any weapons or firearms or ammunition.
Usted está prohibido convivir bajo el mismo techo y prohibido ningún tipo de tenencia de armas o armas de fuego.
And your bond on count 1 will be $1,500 and count 2 will be $100.
Con respecto a la primera fianza, I'm sorry, Your Honor. Con respecto a la primera acusación, la fianza será $1,500 y con respecto al segundo, la fianza 100. Okay. Am I allowed to pay for it here?
You'll have to contact a bondsman, or you can pay in cash, I believe. I'm not sure how the bond system works from jail, but
No conozco cómo funciona el sistema de fianzas ahí en la cárcel, pero o tendría que hacerlo a través de un fiador o depositar la cantidad monetaria acá. Okay.
okay. All right, sir, please tell me your name.
Alexis Javier Chévere Galarza.
Alexis Javier Chévere Galarza.
All right, sir, you are here in 2019 MM 2934AO. You were arrested for battery, domestic violence. I do find probable cause. You do not qualify for the public defender's office because you make too much money or have you make too much money and you have too many items for purposes of being the PD being appointed, okay? So I can't appoint them for you today. So you're gonna have to speak with an attorney. Do you understand?
Okay. Okay.
Tengo fianza.
Do I have a bond?
I'm gonna give you a bond. Just hang on, okay?
Thank you.
All right, I do find probable cause in the offense. I'm gonna order that you have no contact directly or indirectly with the victim in the case. I'm gonna have you sign the no contact order form.
Can I say something?
Be very careful about what you tell me, sir, because you're being recorded, and the prosecutor's sitting right there, and anything you can say will be used against you, so don't talk about the facts of your case. But if you have a question about the procedure, I can answer that.
Sí, primero quiero pedirle disculpas por la situación que está pasando aquí porque nunca había pasado por esta situación.
I want to apologize for this situation because I've never found myself in this situation before.
en mi cara. Tengo cortadas en la cara.
Look at my face. I have cuts on my face.
Yo lo único que tengo miedo es porque realmente yo quería salir de esta relación, pero el miedo mío
I'm
es
afraid.
ahora. Sí.
Okay, well, sir,
And I'm the one
gonna-
that wants to walk away from this relationship. So the fear that I have right now is
Si yo puedo poner también una orden de restricción, porque conociendo a la persona, tengo miedo de que me quiera hacer un daño sin yo haber ido a la casa de ella y decir que yo fui a la casa. Y yo no tengo... Sí.
I would like to request an injunction against this person because I fear that knowing how this person is, she is going to try to retaliate and hurt me by saying that I went to her house when I never did go.
Okay, sir. With regards to that, that's something that you'll have to do through the clerk of the court, and I can't give you any legal advice, but you can either hire an attorney or you can go down to the courthouse and file for an injunction, but I can't just issue an injunction to you, okay? But I'm gonna order that you have no contact directly or indirectly with the victim. You signed the form. Did you understand everything contained within the form? So it shouldn't be a problem since you don't want to have contact, that you're not to have any contact, okay? You're to maintain separate residences. You're not to return to her home at 1102 Biscaya Lake Drive, and there's a specific apartment number, which I'm sure you're aware of. You're not to go back there. And you're not to possess any weapons or firearms or ammunition. I am going to set your bond in the amount of $500.
¿Eso es con el 10% o ese es el total?
Is that the total amount or the 10%?
That's the total amount.
Okay.
Okay? All right. Good luck to you, sir. All right. Please tell me your name, sir.
Orlando Rosario. Orlando Rosario.
Orlando Rosario.
All right, Mr. Rosario, you are here in 2019 MM355AW. You were arrested for battery, dating violence. I do find probable cause for the offense. I am going to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. I am going to order that you have no contact directly or indirectly with the victim in the case. I'm going to have you sign the no contact order form. Thank you. All right, Mr. Rosario, did you understand everything contained within the no contact order form?
Yes.
No contact directly, indirectly, through any social media, any emails, any texting. You understand?
Judge, may I ask the Madam Interpreter if he resides with the alleged, or the other party?
No.
No.
In the affidavit, it says that he came to her, her home. So you understand everything contained within the form. I'm going to order that you maintain separate residences. You're not to return back to her residence. You're not to possess any weapons or firearms or ammunition. You're not to possess or consume any illegal substances without a prescription, and you're not to consume any alcohol. And I am going to set your bond in the amount of $500. Okay, we will reset him.
Your Honor, is the interpreter still needed, or may she disconnect?
I believe, oh, that it?
That's it for Spanish.
That's it for Spanish. Thank you so much, Madam Interpreter.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. It's on the line. Okay. Good afternoon. Hello?
Yes. Good afternoon.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Is there any way for your side to be a little louder?
Okay, let me see. I'm in top. What about now?
Okay, it's a little bit better. Maybe you can yell.
Okay.
Okay, we'll try. We'll see. It's just a little soft on our end.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to speak loudly.
Yes, thank you.
I'm more concerned with the content.
Okay. Ma'am, can you please tell me your, oh, well, have you been sworn in, sir?
Yes.
Okay. So we do have a defendant in front of us right now who needs your services. So, ma'am, can you please tell me your name?
Ok, alô? Minha senhora? Alô? Alô, minha senhora?
Hello.
Tudo bem? A senhora pode me dizer o seu nome completo para a corte?
Michele Felipe Pessoa.
Okay, ma'am, you are here in 2019 MM 2942 AO.
MM 492280.
2019 MM 2942 AO.
Então, a senhora está aqui no 2019 MM 29 14 22.
And you were arrested for battery, dating, violence.
E a senhora foi presa por assalto. Assalto físico.
I'm not sure she understands. Battery
sorry.
as dating, violence.
Violência. Violência em relação a outra pessoa. Correto?
Não, eu não concordo porque ele me agrediu e eu apenas me defendi.
No, I don't agree because he
Okay.
assaulted me.
Yeah.
And I just defend myself.
Okay, ma'am, you've been arrested. Whether you agree or not makes no difference right now. My job is to determine whether there was probable cause for your arrest, okay?
Ok, minha senhora, a senhora foi presa, não interessa muito o mérito do que aconteceu. Eu preciso determinar se existe mérito na sua prisão.
Sim, ok, eu entendo.
Ok.
So I do find probable cause for the arrest.
Eu achei que há uma provável causa para a prisão.
Were you planning on hiring your own attorney, or do you want to see if you qualify for the public defender?
Então, a senhora pretende contratar um advogado ou pretende se qualificar para o atendimento de graça da corte?
Eu prefiro um advogado da corte, porque eu não tenho nenhum advogado porque eu nunca passei por isso, eu não sei nem com quem falar. Não tenho advogado.
Yeah, I prefer a lawyer that the court indicates somebody to defend me.
Okay. I am going to appoint the public defender to represent her.
Eu vou apontar, designar defensor público para lhe defender.
Ok.
I'm going to order that you have no contact directly or indirectly with the victim in the case.
eu vou determinar que a senhora não tenha contato direto ou indireto com a vítima.
I'm going to have you sign the no contact order form.
A senhora vai assinar um formulário juramentado sobre isto.
Thank you. Okay. All right.
Obrigado.
Ma'am, did you understand everything that was contained within the no contact order form that you signed?
Yes.
A senhora entende tudo que está escrito nesse não contato, esse formulário de não contato?
Yes.
Okay.
Sim.
I'm going to order that you also maintain separate residences. You're not to possess any weapons or firearms or ammunition. And
A
I'm
senhora também...
sorry.
I'm so sorry.
No, go ahead.
Eu vou determinar também que a senhora fique em residências separadas, com nenhuma arma de fogo ou balas.
And I am going to set your bond at $500.
E eu vou marcar o seu bônus de $500.
Okay.
Okay? Okay. Good luck to you, ma'am.
Ok, tenha boa sorte, minha senhora.
Thank you, sir. We concluded the Portuguese interpreter you're not needed
You're very
anymore.
welcome.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate your call. You have a
Thank
great
you.
day.
You too. Is Mr. Baziles, he's still not joining us today? Okay. We'll handle that one at the end then. Okay. Mr. Fisher.
Hi, Your Honor. I'm here for Jose Barreto, case number CF181470.
Okay.
And I guess the first thing I'd ask is to remove the public defender's office since I formally appeared in the case, and I think they originally had it.
Okay, and you filed the notice of appearance?
I did.
Okay. All right, looks like Mr. Barreto was picked up on a capias for failing to appear for pretrial on November 13th, 2018. The judge revoked his ROR and set his bonds at 0 on each count.
May I approach, Your Honor?
Sure.
Thank you. I've already shown this to the state. Ironically, my client was in a drug rehab program, a residential drug rehab program at the time. What seems to have happened is he was with the public defender's office. He enrolls in the drug rehab program, I think on April 10th, but the exact date is in that letter. Then after that, the public defender's office gets him into pretrial diversion, but they don't update his address with the court, and he's in a drug rehab program in Orlando, and then they eventually move him to the secondary facility up in Jacksonville. So he's been in the program for a year. At some point in the program, as part of the rehabilitation, they send them around to help do fundraising for the facility, which is why he was in South Carolina when they pick him up on a warrant. So, number one, his residence would be back at the drug rehab program, and the address is on that letter. There's an Orlando facility, and he would presumably be going back there as opposed to the Jacksonville one, since there's this case. But we would ask for a bond to be set. It is not the normal circumstance.
It isn't the normal circumstance, and I don't think I'm permitted under the law to change a capias.
Well, the capias has been executed.
No,
So-
I understand that. Under the law, I'm not permitted to change the capias. I don't know what the state's position is. I mean, clearly he was not
I agree, he did not appear
failing
for court.
to, I mean, I don't think it was a willful failure to appear. If he was in a rehabilitation center, I don't know why the public defender's office didn't know that and didn't let the court know.
They did know, but I think that they may have slipped through the cracks. It's a bureaucracy.
Right.
Regardless, if the Capias has been executed on him. He's now appeared in front of the court.
Right, I understand.
The warrant was no bond. If the court is not comfortable setting a bond, we'll have to schedule a hearing
Right,
in
I
front of
don't,
Judge Jordan.
Mr. Fisher, the case law is very clear that I cannot change a capias, even once it's been executed.
Okay.
However, I don't know if the state has a particular position on that because of the letter. It's a not normal circumstance here where we have a letter showing that an individual was in another location.
Well, the irony is that we want him in drug rehab. I think, and that's probably what they were planning on for diversion. But as I said, I've talked to the state. I'm letting the court know if they can't set a bond today, I'll simply schedule a bond hearing in front of Judge Jordan. But I wanted to ask.
And, Your Honor, the state is not comfortable intervening, and the quicker it gets handled in the trial division.
Yeah, I mean, I think unfortunately for your client, I can't set the bond today. I mean, I'm just not permitted to under the law.
It's okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna keep the capias bonds at the 0, but I'm sure you can submit this to Judge Jordan's office, and he may or may not just give him a bond without a hearing, just based on a letter. I'm not sure, but it very well may be. Do you want this back?
I can make another photocopy. I
Okay.
don't mind that being filed with the court.
Okay.
So I'm moving it into evidence to go into the part of the court file.
Okay, we'll just put it with we'll have it scanned in with his documents.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So, I'm sorry I can't help your client
It's
today.
perfectly
but,
okay. What are the next court dates?
I don't believe we give court dates for
We don't get
pretrial
court dates here? All right.
No, we don't.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So, but I'm sure you can quickly get it on the docket in front of Judge Jordan. Okay?
Couldn't do anything until he was brought down from
Right,
South
right.
Carolina. Thank you.
But today, now you can. Thank you, Mr. Fisher.
Thank you.
All right, please tell me your name.
Terrell Golden.
All right, Mr. Golding, you're here in 2018 CF 16481. You were arrested pursuant to a warrant in which probable cause was found for possession of MDMA. I am going to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. You're not to possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription, and your bond will remain set at $2,500. All right, please tell me your name.
Joshua Haywood.
All right, Mr. Haywood, you're here in 2019 CF 4865AO. You were arrested for carrying concealed firearm, aggravated assault with a firearm, resisting an officer without violence, and possession of cannabis less than 20 grams. I do find probable cause. I am going to appoint the Public Defender's Office. You're not to have any contact with any victim or witness listed in the case. You're not to possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. You're not to possess any weapons, firearms, or ammunition. Your bond on count 1 will be $1,000. Your bond on counts 2 and 3 will be $3,500. And your bonds on 4 and 5 will be $100 each.
Yes, ma'am.
Please tell me your name.
Rodrigo Lucas.
Miss Lucas, you're here in 2017 CF 139018, AO. You were arrested for, it's an on-view violation of probation. And your bond is set at none in that case. In 2000, I guess this was an over-the-line arrest out of Osceola County. Do we have a specific case number or? No? Okay. And that's for aggravated assault on a law enforcement officer and grand theft or larceny less than, well, so it's a grand theft charge. I do find probable cause for those offenses. You're not to return back to that Kohl's at 3200 North John Young Parkway. You're not to have any contact with the victims or witnesses in the case. And your bond on count 1 will be $5,000, and on count 2 it will remain at $500. And two, yeah. And there's another Osceola case too, is over the line arrest. In that case, you were arrested for resisting an officer and fleeing and eluding with lights and sirens activated, fleeing and eluding with law enforcement at high speed, and knowingly driving on a suspended or revoked license. I do find probable cause in that case. I'm gonna appoint the public defender to represent her in all these cases. In that case, your bond on count 1 will be $15,000, on count 2, $1,500, and count 3, $500. And in the last Osceola County case, you were arrested for aggravated battery on a law enforcement officer and resisting an officer with violence. I do find probable cause for the offenses. Your bond on count 1 will be $15,000 and $1,000 on count 2. You're not to have any contact with any listed victims, witnesses, or your co-defendant. You're not to drive without a valid license, and you're not to possess any weapons, firearms, or ammunition. All right, please tell me your name.
Heather Raincroft.
All right, ma'am, you are here in 2019 CF 4861AO. You were arrested for possession of a controlled substance without a prescription and possession of drug paraphernalia. I do find probable cause for the offenses. I am going to appoint the public defender's office. Your bond on count 1 will be $1,500. Your bond on count 2 will be $100. You're out on bond and for a similar offense in 2019 CF 466AO. I am revoking that bond and setting it at none. And you're not to possess any illegal substances without a valid prescription. No. And I'm gonna appoint the PD to represent you on the out on bond case. All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Rodrigo Tulane Smith.
All right, Mr. Smith, you are here in 2019 CF 4862AO. You were arrested for possession of MDMA ecstasy. I do find probable cause. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. You're not to possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription, and I'm going to stay the bond at the $1,000. Please tell me your name.
Arshad Syed.
All right, Mr. Syed, you're here in 2019 CT 2720AO. You were arrested for driving while license suspended. I do find probable cause. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. You're on probation, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'm going to stay the bond at the $500, not to drive without a valid license. Please tell me your name.
Brandy Culpepper.
All right, ma'am, you're here. You were arrested on an over-the-line arrest out of Osceola. You were arrested for aggravated battery on a law enforcement officer, resisting an officer with violence. I do find probable cause. In the other Osceola over-the-line arrest, you were arrested for resisting an officer without violence, grand theft, and resisting arrest after committing a theft or resisting recovery of property. I do find probable cause. Did you want to see if you qualify for the public defender? Did you fill out a form?
No, I didn't fill out a form, and yes, I would like to see if I qualify.
Do you work, ma'am?
No, ma'am.
Do you have any income?
No, ma'am.
So you get no Social Security benefits or any benefits from the government?
No, ma'am.
Okay. I'm going to find that you qualify for the public defender based on your testimony. We'll put that in the court minutes. In the first case, these are going to be your conditions. You're not to return back to Kohl's at 3200 North John Young Parkway in Kissimmee, Florida. You're not to have any contact with any victim or witness or your co-defendant in the case. You're not to possess any weapons or firearms or ammunition. Those are going to be your conditions on both cases. Your bond on count 1 will be $15,000. Your bond on count 2 will be $1,000. In the other case, your bond will be $500 on count 1, $150 on count 2, and $150 on count 3.
Sorry, Your Honor, on count 1, the bond was?
Which case? The first
Of
case?
the second case, the 3-count case.
The $500.
Thank you.
Yeah, I apologize. Can you repeat the bond amounts on the first case?
15,000 count 1.
1,000, count 2.
And for the second case also?
500, 100, and or 150 and 150. please tell me your name.
Katrina Araya.
All right, Mr. Raya, you're here in 2019 MO 623AO. You were arrested for state misdemeanors. I do find probable cause. Do you want to see if the state has an offer for you? You did not fill out a form for the public defender.
Yes.
You guess?
Yes.
State's offer is an adjudication of guilt, 2 days Orange County Jail, 1 day credit time served. No.
It was an adjudication of guilt, 2 days in the Orange County Jail with 1 day credit for time served. I would have to impose court costs. I'm not sure if that would get her out today. It would. You don't have to take the offer. I can just give you a bond.
Yes, no offer.
Huh? No offer? Okay, your bond will remain at $250.
And she does qualify for PTR.
Okay. I'm gonna put you in pretrial release, and you're not gonna have to post a bond. You're gonna have to meet with them face-to-face once a week. You're gonna be subject to random urinalysis. You're not to possess or consume any alcohol or illegal substances. You'll be subject to your random urinalysis within 24 hours of your release.
Okay.
All right, please tell me your name.
My name's Jimmy Calvin Edwards Jr., ma'am.
All right, Mr. Edwards, you're here in 2019 MO 625AO. You're arrested for an open container violation. I do find probable cause. I'm going to appoint the public defender. Do you want to see if there's an offer from the state to resolve your case today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we'll see.
And this is Mr. Edmund?
Edwards?
Oh,
It's an
Jimmy
open container.
Calvin Edwards?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The state's offer is an adjudication of guilt, 5 days, 1 day credit time served.
Tired yet? You still here?
Oh, okay. Do you want to enter a no contest plea, Mr. Edwards?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I'm showing you this plea form. Is this your signature at the bottom?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand everything contained within the plea form?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand all the rights you're giving up by entering the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you on probation?
No, ma'am.
Do you understand that if you're not a U.S. citizen, this plea will subject you to deportation?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I do find a factual basis based on the charging affidavit in the court file. I'm going to adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 5 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for 1 day time served. I do have to impose court costs. I'm going to order you pay those by April 8th, 2020. Gives you a year to pay them off, okay?
Yes,
If you want to
ma'am.
appeal the judgment and sentence of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you, all right?
Yes, ma'am.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
All right, please tell me your name.
Michael Holiday.
All right, Mr. Holliday, you are here in 2019 MO 628AO. You were arrested for disorderly conduct. I do find probable cause. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. Was there an offer for Mr. Holliday?
Yes, Your Honor, it's an adjudication, 5 days, 1 day credit time served.
I don't know if you want to accept that, Mr. Holliday, but
And
that's
he
the-
also does qualify for PTR.
Thank you.
And Your Honor, the state would object to pretrial release as he does have crimes of violence in his history. And this matter actually was a crime of violence that was occurring.
I'm not taking no plea. I'll get a bond.
You don't want the offer?
No,
Okay.
ma'am. I
Over
have
the
to do the
state's
work.
objection, I am going to place you in pretrial release. You're going to have to meet with them face-to-face once a week, and you're going to be subject to random urinalysis. That week-to-week is face-to-face. You're subject to random urinalysis within 24 hours of your release.
And, Your Honor, would that include a no alcohol or controlled substance without a?
Yes, no
valid prescription?
alcohol and no controlled substances without a valid prescription. All right. Please tell me your name, sir.
Daniel Muhammad.
All right, Mr. Muhammad, you're here in 2019 MO 630AO. You were arrested for disorderly conduct. I do find probable cause. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you.
Yes, ma'am.
Was there an offer for Mr. Muhammad if he wanted to resolve his case today?
Yes, Your Honor, it's an adjudication, 5 days, 1 day credit time served, and the state is making that offer, acknowledging the fact that he's out on bond on 3 matters.
Your Honor? Yes, I honestly feel like I'm not guilty on the disorderly conduct, so I was wondering if I could probably take it to trial, maybe.
Okay.
Get a,
So I'm going to order that you are not to possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. You're not to possess any alcohol. And your bond will stay at the $250. You're out on bond in 2019 CF 4586AO, 2019 MM 1251, and 2019 CT 1001. I'm revoking those bonds and setting them at none.
so what is that, ma'am?
Did Miss Gray bond out? Okay, we'll reset Miss Gray. All right, I'm gonna address Mr. Bazala's case. He has refused to come to court since Friday. So I'm gonna appoint the public defender's office. Do you wanna waive his appearance?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, this is 2019 CF 4554AO. And I do find probable cause for the offense of burglary of a structure with an assault or battery. State, do you want to be heard as to bond?
Yes, Your Honor. The state would ask the court to find that proof is evident or presumption is great based on the sworn arrest affidavit, which contains facts from identifiable witnesses that, via those witnesses and investigative tools, that Mr. Gene Bazelis was identified. The state would ask that the court find that proof is evident or presumption is great that he is the person so identified, and hold him at no bond on the one count of burglary of a structure with an assault or battery therein. The state's request is also based on the fact that he is out on bond on 2 crimes of violence, and that he has a arrest history that includes crimes of violence.
Mr. Williams?
There's no argument from the defense, Your Honor.
Sorry, it's hard to hear with the printer.
There's no argument, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, I do find proof evident, presumption great. I'm gonna hold Mr. Bazelas at no bond. He's not to possess any weapons or firearms or ammunition. He's not to return to the scene of the offense at 4530 South Orange Blossom Trail, Octopus International Incorporated. He's not to have any contact with any victim or witness in the case. And I am revoking his bonds in 2019 CF 3307AO and 2019 CF 3326AO. And I think the public defender is appointed on all of the cases, okay? Anything else, or does that conclude our afternoon? Okay, we'll be in recess until tomorrow.